On the orange side, both 8-0, trying to end their season on the dub. Monty J and Nat going for it off kickoff. If this one goes up high, Rossi Boss needing to go on the retreat, but able to make the saves. Jack Maru comes on up with a shot to open this on up. 50 coming back on out towards midfield. Jack Maru trying to start a dribble, looking for the pop, but Monty J not to be done on up. Nat now needing to play it to the corner. Rossi Boss ends up winning the race for the boost, but Jack Maru still able to stick on it, and Rossi Boss playing back towards the corner where Nat now tries to take possession. Off the wall, ends up getting a 50 with Monty J, and this one stays in that corner, and then a demo to Rossi Boss, but Jack Maru with the flick, pushing it on net, and Boomers will be glad to start on up 1-0 in this one. And he was just able to get it over that last defender, coming off the wall smoothly. And a good transition for the Boomers to jump out to a 1-goal lead early. Back on up, we play off the kickoff. Monty J now getting a chance with it, bringing it onto the air, trying to get one more, and a good 50, but Nat just enough on it to tuck that one out of the net and not allow a goal to be happening. This one now on the back wall, Jack Maru already up for it, but Monty J finds it, tries to 50 with Nat, and off the corner wall, up this goes. Bobby trying to stick with it. As this one comes back towards the center, Monty J able to find clearance. Nat now trying to start up something with possession. Nat with the shot, but Bobby there in time. Monty J off the side wall and back on across. Nat now pinching out forward. Bobby in a race. Jack Maru winning this one, popping it on high up for Nat. Nat trying to find the shot, but Bobby able to dissuade. On the out yet again, Bobby now off the back wall, trying to find the center, but Nat doing well to not allow that to fall anywhere near the net. Monty J trying to find the bump, but with the demo, like Bobby is just back, waiting to take possession again. Pops on up, Monty J getting the better of this. This goes forward, Nat gonna need to make a play on it, and it does get a 50 with Bobby, and a good bump from Jack Maru to make it where Monty J cannot tuck that away, and Nat is now on the opening, tucking it on into the back of the net. Boomers now find themselves up 2-0. 2:56 still remains. A lot of Rocket League left to play in this one, but a good start for the Boomers. They try to put game one under their belt. One popping on back, Monty J firing along one. Jack Maru up for it, playing off the sidewall yet again. Monty trying to find the center, but Nat able to hit on outwards. Bobby bringing it to the sidewall now, trying to start up an air play. To the back, getting the soft play on out, not able to find the bump on Jack Maru. This one heads back the opposite direction. The shot looks to be just wide for Nat, looking to be there, but the shot not quite able to go on. Defense was in the correct position. Below 50 by Bobby to start up, going the opposite way now, and a demo on to Nat. Jack Maru able to at least clear on across with the boost steal. Gonna put Boomers in a little bit odd position. Nat doing well to flick on out, but Monty J will hold the zone. Jack Maru trying to find the pinch now, as Nat's already up for it. It's a good touch to at least buy them some time and space. Bobby trying to bring it the other way. Jack Maru with the read on it to make sure nothing more happens. Monty now bringing up the dribble, going to the air, and able to force this one on away. Monty J able to pull Gloom back to within one with about 2. Rossi Bossy. I am making it issues, my bad. I will go about Rossi Bossy from here on out. Rossi Bossy off the sidewall, trying to get it a shot, as he did end up having Jack Maru up. The shot will go just wide. Monty J popping it on up, trying to start up an air dribble. Gonna need to drop this one on back, going back for Rossi Bossy. This one popping off and to the side. Jack Maru getting a piece of it, but back on out. Back it goes. Jack Maru trying to pop high, but this one will drop to Rossi Bossy. Jack Maru able to at least get a play on it, but limited boost makes it where Rossi Bossy will be going up that sidewall yet again. Off the side, trying to find like a flip reset, but it will drop from Monty, and he will hit the far pipe, but not able to tuck this one on away. Still the 1-goal lead for Boomers. almost able to find it there. A bump play to at least try to limit something. Jackamaru trying to get back there. Almost a good 50, but ends up just wide. Nat now playing on out. Limited boost seems to be the case here for these players. And Jackamaru tries to play onwards, but Monty J able to hit on outwards now. Nat back off the sidewall, playing on high, trying to find the center out to Jackamaru. A 50 by Monty J. Rossi Bossy back up for it. Nat, though, able to intercept that midfield. Monty J now trying to find possession, and it gets past another. He's in the opening, and he surely will tuck this on away. Gloom will tie this one back up at 2 apiece with 33 seconds remaining. Yeah. Bossy. Alright, Rossi Bossy, that is it. Back off the sidewall now. Nat trying to play on outwards. And Jackamaru able to intercept a bump there. Monty J popping it on high. Back on down. Nat now playing on to the side. This one continues on forward. Jackamaru now playing to the far across. Up off the wall, but getting bumped in the process. As this one's gonna fall past one. Monty J now trying to find the touch. Nat trying to find the clear. Rossi Bossy trying to keep it up, but not able to do so. As this one goes to overtime. As Boomers were able to open on up with a 2-goal lead. Gloom found their 2 goals for a response. Here we are now. Monty J trying to look for the double, but not quite finding it. Jackamaru forcing 50. And this one will go relatively in his favor. Trying to start up an air dribble. Met by Monty, and Monty able to force it on wide. Back on. Matt plays this one towards his own net off the crossbar. But Monty J able to get there. Yes, and that is your favorite RLCS player. Fair enough. But right there, Monty J will tuck it on away. Giving Gloom the response after Boomers opened up with 2 goals to start. Gloom was able to start up a little bit of a tear of their own and find themselves game 1 in this series. All right, and they are subbing on in Frank to go for game number 2. I am good for that one. And I will start remembering Rossi Bossy B, not whatever I was thinking. Back into this one. As long as Rossi Bossy V is able to get in the lobby. Alrighty, there we are. Gloom able to take game number 1 in a fashion of finding that 3 goals to respond. Rossi Bossy V not finding the touch. Nat finding himself in the opening. Tucking this on away. And giving Boomers a 1-goal lead relatively early. As Jackamaru just able to beat on out the oncoming offense. And find Nat on up the field, who then finds themselves in the opening. Tucking it on away, Boomers. Off to that good start again here in game 2. Jackamaru now going to the back wall, but Rossi Bossy taking it on away. Frank now with the back flip. Frank trying to play on outwards, at least finding a bump. But Nat will come on in there, trying to find a play towards the center. Frank able to play back to the sidewall, though. Jackamaru now playing on out, playing across. Nat now trying to fire on forward as this one goes off corner. Nat trying to get back to it, but Rossi Bossy playing patient on the defensive half. Nat now off the back wall on down. Jackamaru not quite there for it, but it will be on open, and Brink the Goat almost had it, but Jackamaru will tuck this one on away as the continued bounce kind of was awkward. Maybe expecting an initial shot, and then a good play by Jackamaru to actually wait to find himself with an opening. Boomers putting themselves up 2 again here in game number 2. Still 4 minutes and 13 seconds remain. A lot of time for responses if there will be some. Nat now playing on off to the side. Rossi Bossy B trying to go center, met by Jackamaru as this one plays back on out. Frank the Goat now trying to start up a dribble, cut past one, going with the delayed flick and puts it into the bottom left corner. Waiting on it and playing perfectly, using the flip timing at the last possible second to tuck this one on away. Well placed shot. Gloom pushing themselves back to within one. Still 3 minutes and 53 seconds to remain. Frank the Goat now trying to play on a cross. Jackamaru playing back down. Rossi Bossy trying to fire a shot, but not equal to the save. Frank the Goat to the back wall. Jackamaru playing on high. Rossi Bossy up for it. Playing back to the side wall now. Trying to get back to it. As this one will end up falling on through. Jackamaru to the far side. Jackamaru off the wall. On up. This one plays past one. Frank the Goat trying to pass it back to Rossi Bossy. As this goes on out, yet again, Jackamaru popping on high. Off the back wall and down, Jackamaru firing across, but Frank the Goat able to make the save. Not to be found there as Nat pinches this one on forward. Frank able to play it back to the side wall. Jackamaru now playing on a cross, and Rossi Bossy able to find it. Frank going for a demo, trying to open on up. Rossi Bossy, he finds it as it goes off the crossbar and not in. Just high, not able to find it on down, but the demos do continue, putting Boomers in an awkward spot. Nat finding a good touch for the time being. Another demo to be had, but that means nobody might be back, and Nat might find himself with an opening, pushing it on net, and he will convert. Boomers find themselves up 3-1, as the offense was kind of sent from Gloom there, and that made it where when Gloom did get the better of that 50, he was on to the net. Boomers now up 2, still though, a lot of time left to play, and it is explosive Rocket League when it does end up scoring. Goals can come at any moment. This one it does come back on out, looking like Nat next to it off the back wall. Frank the Goat able to at least find the initial clearance, but Jackamaru trying to double on up, but not finding the initial, looking for the pass on out to Nat, but Frank the Goat directly on it, able to be there. Frank now trying to find it on the back wall. Nat not finding it. It is dropping center, but able to at least get there off of his own pipe. And oh, Frank the Goat now with the flick. That's just high. Rossi Bossy able to get in the way, so the pass upfield was not to be had. But back on down, this one goes. Frank the Goat looking for the flick. A little bit of a delay. Jackamaru up for it, able to get there. And this one's dropping on down. Rossi Bossy now trying to play it, waiting. Jackamaru limited boost. Rossi Bossy will wait off the car. A bump to try to open up Frank the Goat, but not able to find it there. Dropping back center. Jackamaru able to get a touch on up from that. Now off the sidewall he plays. Rossi Bossy trying to get a shot, but not able to dissuade that. Back on down. Frank the Goat just popping on up the sidewall, but Jackamaru is there for it, trying to continue onwards. Limited boost. Frank getting one touch, trying to flick on out, meeting Nat. This 150 is back center. Rossi Bossy able to find the first touch on out. Frank now trying to start up a dribble. And Jackamaru turns and able to dissuade back towards the blue net. As this one ends up, I'm not positive exactly with that demo, but demo to be had if that goes just high. Rossi Bossy at least got enough on it. Make sure that that one not tucked on away. Jackamaru firing across. Frank the Goat trying to take possession. As he does go low, trying to cut, but this one will drop towards the center. Nat already up for it, trying to find it, but ends up high off the crossbar. Frank the Goat heading in the opposite direction, and now 50 seconds remain, needing one quick. Jackamaru able to find the save. Nat will push it on out. Rossi Bossy now trying to go to the ceiling, try to find a look, continuing onwards, looking to find one more as this one drops on down, and Jackamaru able to make the save on the shot from Frank. Back on across. Jackamaru trying to play on out far side. Rossi Bossy off the sidewall, playing on high and over. Nat up for it, able to find the touch, and back the opposite direction we go. Jackamaru to the center, and Nat able to find the dunk, putting Boomers up 3 with 18 seconds left. That's probably going to close on out game 2 unless a miracle does befall these kickoffs for Gloom. Boomers will strike back in game number 2, tying on up this series. Rossi Bossy trying not to give on up, trying to find that, but now with the clearance there, that probably will about kill it. And we will see if anybody does find one for the road, as this does 50 on out. Nat already there, playing to the side wall as this bounces on forward. Frank the Goat now on and out as it's dropping on down. Will kill there. We have ourselves a 1-1 series, and we are seeing another switch of the roster here for Gloom. All right, and back in, Monty J joins, so that means we should be good to get ourselves ready to go for game number 3. This chat is absolutely loving it, and thank you, Red Isley J, for the 10 bits. But absolutely insane gameplay to this point, back and forth in a lot of it. Boomers able to find themselves taking game number 2 to even it back on up. After game 1, Gloom was able to tear on back. Playing on forward, Monty J now able to play it to the far corner. Frank the Goat now to the back wall, back on out, and that ends up finding at least a piece of it and able to force the 50 with Monty J. Up, Frank plays this one on to the side, Jakamaru there. Jakamaru playing back on down. Monty J now trying to start a dribble, bringing it to the air over Nat. Is he able to double? Yes, he is! Gloom with an explosive start on the mechanics to game number 3. Monty J able to go over Nat and get back to it, pushing it on down. Gloom will find themselves up a goal early for the first time in game 3 off the back of some insane mechanics. Back on forward now, Monty J trying to be similar, but Jakamaru able to find that save. The air dribble is looking to be a good start for Gloom. Definitely getting opportunities out of them. Back and down it goes. Back on out. Monty J taking this one on across, another touch, but Nat waiting patiently, looking like he will have possession. On up now, Nat trying to not be undone, looking for a reset, not quite finding it, but the low flick, not quite on. Monty able to bring it in the other direction. Jakamaru dissuading that though, as Frank will take this off of his goal line with a cut on in. Frank now in a one-on-one, looking to try to get past Nat, and the low play, reading the defender perfectly, able to just take that one to the ground as soon as he saw the defender jump. And that means that low 50 is going to go in your favor almost every time. Gloom now the ones jumping out to a 2-goal lead. Still 3:45 left to remain. Time to see if the Boomers can end up taking their comeback. Frank trying to get there, pushing on forward. Jakamaru there. Monty at least able to dissuade onto the side. Back towards the center. This one playing on out. Frank trying to start up the dribble. There is some back pressure, but Frank with the pop over one. Jakamaru is at least back there to make the save. Monty now trying to go off the side wall. Trying to get a flip reset. Found it, but ends up being met by Jakamaru, and this one will go back into the Gloom half. Frank now trying to start up another dribble. Cut past one-on-one opportunity, and once again the low 50, but this one might be high, but he gets back to it. Frank the Goat is having success on these dribbles. Absolutely finding his way past the defense in game 3. Gloom absolutely electrifying plays, whether it be in the air or on the ground with the dribbles. Finding success in the solos. Back and across, Jakamaru finding a demo, trying to play on forward, and finding another. Nat's up for it, but not quite finding the initial. Trying to pass on back to Jakamaru. Jakamaru now pushing onwards. This goes off the sidewall. Jakamaru waiting, and it does find its way past one. Another touch. Monty able to be there for it. Nat on up, needing to drop this one to the side and doing so successfully. There's a play on out. Monty J back to the sidewall. Jakamaru would push this one on high. Frank up for it now, trying to drop it. Nat able to make that save. Back on out on high. Jakamaru back to the side again. Trying to push on outwards. Another touch on it. This one falling. Monty looking to go off his own back wall. On up and over all the way. Looking for the pinch now as he does push it on forward into the Boomers half. But Jakamaru playing on out. Frank the Goat able to flick by one, but Nat next to follow. This goes off the back wall. Frank doing well to clear it all the way back down to Boomer's half. Boomer's going to need to find themselves some offense here. They need 3 goals. Another touch, and Frank's able to drop it. Nat now next to it, trying to find it, but Frank able to get back in the way. Jackamaru now trying to fire as Frank is able to just get there off the back wall. Make sure that one does not go center. Frank able to be there for it. Jackamaru able to play on out. Looks like this should be an opportunity if they can find the next touch, but Frank on the retreat was able to make the read. Plays under Nat. Jackamaru now needing to push on forward. Jackamaru, a good touch. Is it on? It's just wide off the pipe and out. Jackamaru diving back in though, and once again just wide. As it looked like he might have had one there, but not quite able to find it. Jackamaru off the far side wall, back up, finding another touch on down. Frank now waiting patiently, but Nat is there. Boomers have been trying to just break down this defense, but Frank's still able to find the save. As it definitely looks like Boomers have taken more to the offensive. Monty now off the sidewall trying to get there. Playing back on down. Nat able to get back. As this one pops on high. Nat decides to weigh down the first touch. Looks like might even weigh down the second. Trying to flick on over for Jackamaru. Back on out now. Frank. This one goes back center and a bump to open it up where Nat should have possession. Nat now on out. Not able to find the double. And Monty might have found himself an opening in the defense and will hook that one into the bottom left-hand corner. Gloom able to puck this on away. Definitely looking like they should have game 3. But Boomer is trying to find that success off kickoffs here is really what you're going to need with 36 seconds remaining. Still a decent amount of time, but it's definitely a hard task. Jackamaru at least trying to get a shot on him, but Frank doing well enough to push it to the side. Back on out, Jackamaru off that sidewall. Nat able to push onward. Frank is there, and Jackamaru hits all the way on over. Monty trying to find a touch, plays low. Nat able to force 50, but with 13 seconds remaining, that's where I probably would say it. But Nat is at least able to find one. So Boomers do find a response here. Boomers just pranking Boomers, mind games, you know. Hey, well, that one was not a mind game to be had. Just a good play by Nat. Boomers do find themselves with goal. As this one does end up being limited time left. Dropping on down and almost able to find one for the road. Monty does find the flick on out. And Frank trying to start up the dribble now. Trying to find one more for the road as he plays on upwards. Not able to get back to it though. Gloomer is still taking the 2-1 series lead. Alrighty. As we head on to game number 4. We're going to do that. As once again, the switch is to be had. So Rossi Bossy B back into the lobby. As they definitely had some success there. Definitely some explosive plays there in game 3 for Gloom. The changing out every game is something, obviously, that, hey, it's all up to you guys, what you guys are going to end up doing on it. It does throw a different look every time. A fake kickoff here, but it is played on wide, so Monty not able to drill that on up to Rossi Bossy B. This one does fall on down for Nat. Gloom definitely finding some success, but Nat with a drilled shot. Monty able to be there for the save. Off the ceiling and out, but Jackamaru able to at least push on forwards, finding the better of that 50 off the sidewall now. Rossi Bossy B able to play on outwards, and Nat now looking to try to get back to it with a flick on outwards. Monty J now going to the far side, looking to try to go off the air, and able to at least start doing so. As this one plays on down, Jackamaru, though, patient enough to not allow that one to go in. Rossi Bossy B needing to try to play off the ceiling. Nat realizing that he had the ability to dive on in. Monty now trying to clear the opposite direction. Nat once again pushing on outwards. Nat able to play past one, but bumped off ball in process. Monty now looking on out. Nat trying to play back to himself, but ended up Monty J able to get there in time. This one plays on high. Rossi B trying to play out Jackamaru with the first read. Looking for the play, looking for the pass on over. But it looks like Monty J had the cut on that, so no chances taken by the Boomers in this scenario. Monty J able to get past that. Is he able to follow up more with the pinch? But Jackamaru at least able to find that save. Rossi B trying to follow this one, but Jackamaru now heading the opposite direction in a one-on-one and a good flick to the far side, converting for Boomers here in game number 4. Frank the GOAT, please stop stream sniping, to be fair. Stream should be a little bit delayed, so even if he is, he's not going to find too much in the stream. But, back on out. Snap plays on across. As this one goes on forward, back on down. Jackamaru with the shot, but ends up off the upper left-hand corner. Rossi B heading the opposite direction, trying to get around it. The shot is wide, back on out. This one is dropping. Monty J now trying to push on forward. Jackamaru able to find the save. This one continues onwards. 50 on across between Rossi B and Jackamaru. And this one still pushing on. Jackamaru looking to be in a race with Rossi. The shot just wide and not able to push it back on outwards. Nat and Monty meet up as this one's popped on high towards the center. Jackamaru is up and ready to find the initial clearance. Monty J now heading in the opposite direction. Nat up, just waiting at dropping it on down. Jackamaru with at least an immediate flick. Rossi B trying to take it back. No boost, so this will be an awkward situation when he needs to land, and Nat realizing that, able to also steal the corner. But Monty J finding a very good touch on out, and it looks to be a fast break in the opposite direction. Playing it towards the center. Rossi not able to get there before Jackamaru. So back off the sidewall, Nat now plays this one. Back on across at the low 50. It ends up being for Rossi, but Jackamaru diving on in, at least getting a good enough piece of it for no free look at the net. Back on out, Nat now trying to play on high. Monty J now looking off the back wall, needing to get there, and a great save to stop that one for Jackamaru. As any difference could have ended up to another goal for the Boomers. Back on down though, Jackamaru will succeed on this one. As the pass on out, Jackamaru was just there first. And as Monty J is trying to cut on up, ends up trying to pass on back to the teammate, but that does put you out of position for the oncoming attacker. Boomers glad to take that 2-0 lead. Monty J getting the better of the kickoff as this one falls to the far side, but Jackamaru should be able to take possession. On the way on out though, Rossi there immediately to the far side and just falling on in. Gloom finding a response with a minute 49 still left in this one. As this one is still anyone's game, minute 49. Gloom finds themselves down 1, but up in the series. So Boomers trying to hold on to this one, make us need at least 2 more games. Rossi at least able to find the initial touch on out, and is he able to get back to this one as he leaves it for Monty? Monty with the initial flick, but Jackamaru is there in time. And the demo, so Rossi needing to kind of just possess for the time being, making sure his teammate does have time to recompose, but he ends up getting demoed. Nat tries to play on out. Jackamaru to the shot to the far side, but Rossi once again able to find that save. The demo hunt is on in the bump to open up Monty J and Jackamaru in a one-on-one now. Below 50 as it ends up being looking like it was wide, but it plays right on out to Rossi who tucks this on away. Gloom now tying this on up as the touch from Nat was at least to make sure there was no immediate goal, but it does end up dropping right to Rossi tying this one back on up. Back on over now. Nat with the immediate shot. Rossi great save on it. That had some power to it. Back on over. Monty ends up not being able to stick on it. Nat now off the side wall, trying to play the back wall and out to Jackamaru, but Rossi able to make the save. Monty now trying to go the opposite direction. 42 boost. He's like to go to the air a lot, trying to go, fakes the high off the pipe as this one ends awkwardly. Monty able to get it as it looks like the defender just got a piece of it, but it popped on high as it was off the pipe, and the read was just awkward trying to find it on out. It's one of those where the touch ends up a little unfortunate. Gloom finding their success to put themselves up a goal. 3-2. Boomers gonna need to find themselves one as once again they do with this kickoff. Rossi ends up finding the opening if he can just get back to it. As Nat not quite finding it. Going to the far side. A demo from Jackamaru, but it is not enough. Rossi Bossy putting Gloom up 2 right here. As Nat kind of expected Rossi Bossy to get another touch, I think. And that ended up costing him, as Rossi Bossy did not find another touch. So instead, it just bounced on in. Back to that center line. Nat able to play on a cross. Monty J now on up for it. Trying to push onwards to the back wall. This plays on out. Nat now going on up the field. Looking for Jackamaru. A quick shot, but Rossi Bossy able to wait patiently. Pushing this onwards. Nat now. Once again, 50's on out, and 50's high towards the center. Monty looking to be next to it, trying to drop it, but it will go off the crossbar. Rossi Bossy instantly hitting back on out, but not finding the success on it, and that one will be tucked away. 9 seconds still remain. Boomers keeping their chances alive in this one. GG, shake my hands. As back to it we go. 9 seconds. Can Boomers find themselves one off kickoff? This one goes on up the sidewall. On high now. Jackamaru trying to send it towards the net. Rossi Bossy looking to try to kill it and will do so. Gloom find themselves up onto match point versus the Boomers here. As on to match point we go. Gloom needing to find one of the next 3. Nat isn't wearing his C9 headphones. This game didn't count. Well, he better get them back on then, because we are heading to win or you're done. So, Boomers now in that territory where they do need to pull it on out. They need to show the full cards, as every win counts at this moment. Gloom finding themselves up in the series 2 aside, as they traded games 1 and 2, but Gloom now finding a little success, taking games number 3 and 4 as we head on into game 5. Not getting a piece of it, dropping on down. Frank to go back to the side as Jackamaru able to play it this one on out, but Frank looking to be next to it, trying to get a read on it, but the boost was taken right in front of him, and Jackamaru with the shot, but ends up wide. Rossi Bossy B trying to play on out. Nat to the back wall yet again. This one goes towards the center. Frank able to at least get something on it. Frank now off the side wall, waiting patiently to play it on low. And Rossi Bossy now trying to find the center on over to Frank to go. But Nat is there and able to make the save, as that was not quite enough on it. Decides to let this one fall on down. Jackamaru continuing onwards. Rossi Bossy B trying to play it on out as this one goes all the way across. Frank now trying to start up a dribble. He has had success trying to go low, but Nat not allowing it here. Rossi Bossy getting a piece of it, but the bump from Jackamaru is Nat back in time. Not quite. Rossi Bossy able to tuck this one into the back of the net. Jack's playing on an Xbox 360. Dang. Dude's got insane mechanics. I'll give him that, but Rossi Bossy able to tuck this one on away and find it. Playing on a Samsung smart fridge. I don't know for certain on that, but back on out. Frank to go, trying to continue onwards, letting it drop on down. Jackamaru at least finding a piece of it to the back wall. This goes as Rossi Bossy does at least get a touch. Doesn't look like it was maybe what he's looking for. Jackamaru at least pushing onwards into this Gloom half. This 50's on high. Nat up for it, trying to drop it, but Frank able to find the save. Back the opposite direction. This should be heading. Frank now trying to play to the side wall. Nat able to at least get something on it. Trying to find one more. Dropping it on down. Rossi Bossy needing to play on to the side. This pops on high. Dropping on down. Jackamaru next to it. Going back to the air. Jackamaru trying to pinch it with the ground, but Frank able to push this the opposite direction and trying to find an opening with an immediate flick. But Jackamaru back in the nick of time to make that save. Not allowing Gloom to put themselves up 2 at this point. Jackamaru able to play it on wide. Frank playing back center. This looks to be a limited boost, and the demo is found from Frank, and a good turn. He's in the opening, and will tuck this on away. Gloom finding themselves up 2, Boomer's gonna need it to find it here. Is a very good demo, and the turn was on point, able to get right back to it. Ends up cutting the defender. We head back to that center line. Gloom trying to at least hold the 2-goal lead. Finish on out the series here. Boomer's gonna need a response in order to push themselves back into this one. Back on over to the far side now. Frank the Goat playing on high. Jakamaru up for it. Jakamaru continuing onwards, trying to find the play, but Rossi Bossi able to just waiting just patiently. Jakamaru off the sidewall, limited boost, but Frank the Goat not finding an initial. The flick, Frank the Goat able to be there for it. Nat now needing to find something as Rossi Bossi's trying to continue onwards, trying to go ceiling, trying to find the double, but Nat is able to push it on wide. Back on out, Jakamaru now going up to the air, trying to find another, trying to find the reset, but Frank able to get in the way. Nat now needing to head the opposite direction, but Frank is with the opening. Frank tucks this on away. Gloom is up 3, 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining. Boomers are gonna need to find the 3 goals in order to push themselves back into it. Oh no. The chat is making the narrative. Back on down, Nat now trying to fire to the far side. Well placed. There is one. Boomers will at least find the immediate, not dissuading any momentum at this point. 2 goals in 2 minutes, a lot more achievable. We head back to the kickoff line. Nat finding it, and this one will just go wide. On out for Rossi Bossi, trying to play on out. Back on down, Jakamaru's there for it. Rossi Bossi trying to continue. Nat at least pushing on forwards, but a good touch from Rossi Bossi, but going in reverse. I don't know how much he can get on it. At least flicking on forward. Nat playing it back to the sidewall, cutting on center, leaving it for Jakamaru now. Frank now off the side. This one's played back on down, looking for the center. Nat trying to play onwards, dropping down. Jakamaru and him trying to find a pinch, but not quite able to do so. Jakamaru next to it is dropping down center, but Frank able to just wait, play on outwards. Rossi Bossi plays to the sidewall, but 2 demos to be had is Frank and Jakamaru. This one rolling on up. Frank trying to play on out, looking for Rossi Bossi far side, but Jakamaru able to cut. And should drop down towards Nat and gets the better of the 50 with Rossi Bossi. Continuing on. Nat now off the side, playing to Jakamaru, who finds the save. As it looks like Gloom was maybe looking for a squishy save on this one out of Frank, and if he would have hit it, he would have looked absolutely insane. But I don't know if that's the time to go for the squishy save. Boomers pull back to within 1. Thank you for the follow, Emery. Back on off the sidewall. On over, Nat trying to play. Frank there for it, and a 50 that does go well for Frank, but Nat able to at least clear this one on up. Not sure who got that boost. Looks like Jakamaru did find it. So at least making sure he does have a chance to make plays. Rossi Bossi finding a pinch with the ceiling, but it is off. Jakamaru now taking it the opposite direction. Boomers still find themselves needing one, trying to find the bump, but Frank playing on low. 50s with Nat to the sidewall yet again. Rossi Bossi on up for it. Rossi Bossi trying to play on out, looking to get back to it off the ceiling, and a shot, and it will tuck itself on away. I was not sure if Jakamaru was able to get to that one, but a good enough read from Rossi Bossi, and the demo on Nat makes it where this one will get tucked away, as it looks like it might have been an unfortunate backflip situation there. Not quite finding it. Gloom up 2. Boomer's going to need to find themselves 2 goals in the last 30 seconds. Otherwise, Gloom will find themselves closing out the series. Jakamaru playing this far side. Nat therefore instant response. Boomers back to down 1 with just 21 seconds still left on that clock. Back on to the center now we go. Jakamaru and Frank the Goat. This one plays on over. Rossi Bossi B trying to play on up, looking for the airplay, finding a reset, able to get back to it, but Jakamaru able to pinch on out to the side. Frank finding a demo, 10 seconds now remain. Boomers still find themselves needing one. Played on down. Jakamaru looking for the flick to the center. This one played on out by Rossi Bossi. Nat now needing to keep it on up. Rossi Bossi trying to kill the clock. Can Boomers do it? Can they find themselves the goal? Jakamaru pass one off the back wall. Rossi Bossi playing on to the side. Cannot hit. Nat does well enough to keep on up for the time being. Needs to keep going. Nat now looking for the flick towards the net. Frank dropping it on down, and this will kill. This will be Gloom's. Gloom will close on out the series and be your European Tier 2 Division 1 2v2 champions, as that will finalize it there. So Boomer fans, what cliff we need Nat? No, don't do that. It still is a heck of a season for you guys on the Boomers. And we will go over here as it is Gloom taking the dub. Your